remix.
Bachelor Nation, will you accept this rose? We love you. Love is in the air. It's magic. 'Cause love is on the air. On TV. So love is on the air. Podcast. It's a podcast. Podcast. Love is in the air. It's magic. 'Cause love is on the air. On TV. So love is on the air. A podcast. It's a podcast. Featuring Andy, Sarah, and Glenn. Bachelor Pod, it's the Bachelor Pod, it's a podcast about the Bachelor.
Will you accept this podcast?
We got Sand, Surf, Fun, Sun, and we got our man Action driving the conch boat right here live at the Bachelorette Pod today. Today on the week before hometowns, we got Andy, Sarah, Glenn in the house as always.
Hello, it's me. I'm here today.
Oh, good. Sarah's here today.
Yeah, all right.
Turns out Sarah's here today.
I was trying to sing, hello, it's me.
Oh, that's not what that
Didn't
was.
work.
I didn't do it right.
Didn't work. You didn't do
I'm
it.
so sorry. That's how I started your podcast, everyone.
Your podcast?
No, the people that are listening.
Oh, I see what you mean.
It's theirs
It does-
once
I was
they
going to say,
download
it is
it.
your podcast.
It does belong to them.
It belongs
Yeah,
to you.
it's true.
We do this for you. It's a gift.
It's true.
I mean,
Is
it? But anyway.
It's a gift, a true gift.
Some would
Beautiful
consider it a
gift.
gift. Some have so little in life that all they have is podcasts. All they got is an old iPod and that has Wi-Fi.
And they live in the desert. And
they've got a flask that they use for water that they milk out of cactuses, and they have mole meat and snake meat.
So they're not
Mole
watching
meat.
The Bachelorette right
No.
now,
No,
but they
no,
have
no.
this podcast.
but they're listening
No.
to this podcast and all the other ones.
Yeah.
Guys, Leia's lying down on my tarot cards. That's our cat.
That's a sign.
What does that mean?
It's a black cat too, so that's
Yeah.
even scarier.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. If I'm going to read your each tarot card. I'm going to read one tarot card for the rest of the men.
Oh, my God. Okay, great idea,
Yeah.
actually. That's
Not a
good
bad
one.
idea.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
because when this episode first started, and they introduced the idea of 3 one-on-ones and a group date and no rose ceremony, I was like, "Ooh, this is gonna be good." But then you stopped and thought about it for 2 seconds, and you're like, "Wait, I know what's gonna happen." And then
Yeah,
what you thought was gonna happen happened, and it was pretty boring.
pretty boring.
Yeah.
I got to say. We all knew who was going out. If it was 2 people going, I mean, I guess
Yeah.
there was some...
Wills and Jason was
yeah,
up in
it's
the
like
air a
Wills
bit.
and I mean, I feel like that's just the audience. Like, we like Wills a lot, whereas I think Becca, I think it's pretty clear she's more into Jason.
Oh yeah, and he had been rising since week 1. Will's kind of shot up, maybe I don't know, week 3 or something, and kind of remained at the same level. He never really took that next step, and Jason kind of just it was more like a steady rise. So it was so obvious, which kind of took away from it because I liked the amount of dates. That was kind of nice.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know me. I don't really care about one-on-one dates. They're a little boring to me. I like group
Yeah.
dates where silly shit happens. And so this episode was all of nothing for me. It was all it was all one-on-ones, and then a group date that essentially was also 3 little one-on-ones.
Yeah, or kind of like a 2-on-1.
Kind of like a
plus
2-on-1 because Leo got out of there so early.
Yeah, so it wasn't great. I think now it was kind of it makes sense though because we got rid of all the villains, and we're not at hometown. So
Not a lot of
anything
drama
between that,
at
not a
this
lot of drama. Very predictable. Colton's virginity finally reared its head, and Blake talked about his pretty cool story about divorce. So that was all right. And Action was pretty cool. Action in the school
I like
boat.
Action a whole lot.
We'll talk about him for sure.
I love
There's
how
one
out of
thing-
breath he was when he got onto that yacht.
There's one thing I need to talk about so I don't forget, because sometimes we forget to do our shout outs.
Yeah.
How do I get there? We go. I need to talk about Who Would You Kiss?
Oh,
because
yes.
we got a lot. The most
Oh.
tweets usually actually it might be the only time it's worked. When
I
I've
would
asked
say
somebody.
it's kind of the only time that this has worked. Yeah.
Yeah, when I ask people, or we do in general, to, start a conversation about the show, use a hashtag. Oh, Andy brought it up. Perfect. if you go into our page and who we tweeted at, that'll probably who would you kiss. I think hashtag would bring up so many things. Oh wait, maybe
it really
not.
does.
Anyways, we want to just shout out all the people who shouted out to us. Because
are we shouting them out right now?
We're shouting them out right now.
All right,
We're
let's shout them out.
like,
Yeah.
Who would you?
Run it
I
down.
want who? Andy, you're gonna read it. We want who they are and who would they kiss.
Okay, well, BB Barbalaw at Barbalaw says, "Sign me up for Jason."
Yeah.
Triple Rose.
And I said, of course, Jason, because he looks like a very passionate kisser, like a '90s heartthrob. Because he looks like that guy from 10 Things I Hate About You.
Then we have our girl Ellen Two Dews.
Ellen Two
What's
Ellen.
up, Ellen?
Shout out.
Yeah, at Ellen Two Dews. She says, "Used to think Blake, now for sure Jason."
Jason
so
is
people
hot.
are really coming around on Jason here.
Yeah.
The Buffalo Bison himself.
Yeah, that's right. And
Freaking gonna take you to freaking Buffalo.
and then we got at Fraser Boy, Co Jones, Superhead or Cat Stacks. So
Andy is reading.
That might be
the wrong-
someone who didn't exactly listen to the show, and they just
using that hashtag.
they're just using that hashtag.
I told you don't go to the hashtag. Go to our page, and it'll give you like a better idea.
Interesting.
of
I wonder
did it
who
to us.
would be called Superhead and who would be
That's
called
Blake.
Cat Stacks.
Superhead
Blake
is
is
Blake
Superhead.
for sure.
I honestly thought that's what he meant, what this person meant. And Cat Stacks would be, let's go with Will's. Because he wore that leopard print thing.
Yes,
True.
that's
Cat
good.
Stacks. Okay. The TV is real. At the TV is real. Said first of all they were into the show and they laughed so hard when they were talking about who'd you kiss, but they said Wills. I'd kiss Wills too.
I'd kiss Will's too.
That's what they
Pillowy
said.
lips.
Give me
Yep.
that smooch. Maybe shave the little mustache, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
I'm not super hot on
once
Will's
you mentioned
mustache.
it, I couldn't stop looking
Yeah,
at it.
it's a weird little mustache he has there.
It's too small. Make it a bit bigger.
Yeah.
Or cut it off.
Not great.
Cut it off. Don't shave it. Cut it.
Cody and Kiwi at Cody and Kiwi says, "I would kiss Blake or Wills both if I could."
Wow.
Well, you know what? We never said
Spicy.
you couldn't kiss two.
No, it's just
No.
who would you kiss? So you would kiss two people. You would be the Bachelorette. What she's doing.
Now, I bet you're thinking, everyone's kissing Jason. Everyone's wanting to kiss Wills. Where's the love for all the other guys? Well, our girl at Joy Flanagan once says Leo's infamous starring role combines my love of shoes and true crime, so I choose him.
Ooh, that was my pick, too.
Yeah, Leo. She
So
picked
what?
Leo.
What was his infamous
I
role?
don't know what she's talking
'Cause
about,
wasn't
to
he
be
in a
perfectly
porno?
honest.
Is that what she's talking about?
Leo was in a porno?
Yeah.
No, it was in like a softcore.
That's
Makes sense.
still a porno, Andy.
No, it's
basically
not.
a porno.
It's not X-rated.
When I was a kid, that was a porno.
Honestly, that is not a porno. That is not pornography.
Okay. And is that everybody? I don't want to miss anyone.
DJ Fresh at DJ Fresh AM. Hashtag who would you kiss? He picked Charlize Theron.
Andy, that's the wrong person.
Put a nice picture of Charlize Theron there. She looks very
was
pretty.
on the 5th season of The Bachelorette.
Yeah, she was on The Bachelorette. She was the Bachelorette, season 5. A lot of people don't remember that.
Then she got a role in Monster, and the rest is history.
That's right. Yeah, I think that's it. We got a couple from National Kissing Day, and they don't. Again, they just do not make any sense for us.
That's okay.
But there you go. Thank you very much.
Fun
Hopefully
game.
we'll find another hashtag through this episode.
Yeah.
And then we can do another fun thing like that because it was really fun to comment on it. And I like secretly to learn who everyone would kiss.
Kiss you,
It's
Wissy.
not secret. It's on Twitter.
That's what I mean, though. It's like a secret thing you usually wouldn't find out about someone. But they're telling us. Ooh.
Kissy boos, kissy boos.
Great. So there you have it. That's the results
Beautiful.
of hashtag who would you kiss?
Yeah. And if you could kiss one person right now in this room, who would it be? Me or Leia?
Where's Leia?
She's behind you.
She's right behind me. I can kiss both of you.
Oh.
That's a good answer, and it's true.
Look, like that.
I saw it. It's real.
Can't reach Leia. Never mind. I can only kiss
He's
Leia.
not kissing Leia. Yeah.
I just want Leia.
Next time, let's do who would you honk, and you can take that for whatever you
Okay,
want.
then do it next. Let's do it right now. Who
Honk and Leo.
Who I want to know out of the entire
Honk,
cast.
I'm
honk.
picturing.
Yeah,
that
what
it's
do you take it for a
pranking
second?
someone.
Don't tell me what it is. Okay, I know what honk means to me, and I know who I would honk. So
Okay.
think about it yourselves while listening
Okay.
before we give our description of a honk, audience. Whatever honk means to you, and who in the group that was there the whole time out of the entire cast, you would honk. Okay?
I know mine.
I know mine. Okay, Glenn. What does
my
honk
definition
mean
of
to Leo?
honking is to pull on someone's ponytail until they make the sound of a duck, and I'm honking Leo.
Okay. Great.
Okay.
Mine is to honk a breast. So like
Classic honk.
Yeah,
classic
that's a
honk.
classic honk.
So
yeah.
mine would be like their chest. Who
Yep.
would I want a chest honk? And I want to honk. Oh, what's his name? The guy that is like the male model.
Jordan.
I want to see if he's got fake muscles.
Oh, yeah.
He seems
All
so
right.
fake. I want to see like, is he a robot?
It's a voyage of discovery.
Yeah. So hashtag who would I honk? Him. What's
Right.
his name?
Yes, Jordan. Yes.
Jordan.
So, honking for me is pranking someone
Oh.
by using one of those big clown horns
Okay.
and frightening the shit out of them.
Oh, so like classic
Right.
honk.
So it's like a honk, a true honk. And I think I'm going to honk that little twerp Chris.
Who's Chris?
That's
oh,
a
yeah.
good honk.
I'll
I'm
honk
already
him real
forgetting
good.
who all of them are.
Yeah, I'll honk him good.
He was here last week.
But of these guys,
So
I would
was
honk
Jordan.
Jason.
Okay, let's hear who you would honk. Hashtag who would you honk?
Who would you honk?
Who would you honk?
Hashtag-
That
Or-
one, there shouldn't be too many.
Who
You
would
can also
honk?
just hashtag honk.
No, just
Yeah.
hashtag who would you honk? Because I'm sure that'll be very hard to read if it's just hashtag honk.
That's true.
Yeah.
You could throw in hashtag honk in addition,
Yeah,
though.
in
I
In
wouldn't mind
addition,
that.
it's fine. That's fine. If you
Yeah.
wanna align with everyone who's tweeting about just hashtag
What
honk.
I think Leia's description of honk is when she sees a duck.
When has she ever seen a duck, do you think?
I think that's what she imagines
She
ducks.
looks out of our window only.
Maybe she sees
and
a duck
I don't
out
think
there.
there's that many ducks out there.
So that's her hashtag honk. And
She
who would she see a duck
wishes.
to?
Who would she see a
David.
duck to?
What?
What? Okay.
This segment is over.
Sarah, is it over? The words you just said at the end there made no sense.
Let's segue. Let's segue. Let's talk
segue
about a
into
true
actually
duck.
talking
Colton.
about the episode. Yeah, yeah.
A true honker. Colton, he got the first one-on-one, much to the chagrin of Blake and the rest of the boys.
Yeah.
And it was his time to finally, after however many weeks we've been on this thing, to tell her that he's apparently a virgin.
I have a
which-
question.
Okay.
Sorry. Did we hear that he was a virgin before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or was
very
it just
early.
in a preview?
No, it was like one of the first episodes, I believe, and it was very offhanded too. It was not. They did not make a big deal of it at the
Well,
time.
we know that in the preview, in the season preview after the first episode, they play a clip of Jordan talking about.
We
him
watched
being a
it
virgin.
again last night.
Yeah, we did. So you actually know from the first episode that Colton's a virgin.
That's true. But did they ever show that in the show?
I don't know. I feel
thought
like
they did.
Yeah, I feel like they did reference it at one point.
Okay.
Because they didn't treat it like a bombshell in this. You know, it was like, it's time for me to tell her.
Well, somebody made the point that these virgin stories are getting old.
They very much are.
They're every season.
Who cares?
And like I don't care if you're a virgin. It's not that big of a deal.
It's not interesting at all.
Yeah.
But they treat it like it's the most interesting thing and this very crucial thing
Yeah.
about a person that they've never had sex
And they're
with.
also
Who cares? Boring.
Yeah.
they're very quick to glaze over the fact that I would have to think that 98% of them are due to religious reasons, but they never bring that up.
No, never bring that up.
That's what's fascinating to me about this show. They very contrary to each other. It's like you got to be here. You got to be here for this woman. You're devout to this one woman, but you better not be a virgin. Like 'cause
Yeah,
that's really
that's weird.
weird.
Yeah, it's true.
But don't think of anyone else while you're here. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, it is
that's so
weird.
weird.
Yeah, it's
they
it's
want
weird.
it to be salacious enough.
Yeah.
Do you
But-
guys think it's strange that he said one of his really weird reasons for being a virgin, he was like, sports always got in the way. But the NFL season is like 15 weeks long. It's the
Yes.
shortest season in professional sports.
Yeah.
It's from like October to the end of December, I think, or January. You have a huge off season, and if there's one thing a professional athlete can do that won't really cause like a distraction is casual sex. They all do it.
Yeah.
Like, if there's one thing you have time to do, it's you're in a hotel on the road, you have sex with someone who's waiting in the lobby to have sex with you. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
There's women who make a job out of that.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand how this even worked with him. Was he at one point saving it for marriage due to perhaps a religion of some sort, or because he makes it very clear in this episode that it's not saving for marriage. He's simply saving for the right person.
Really.
Right, exactly. So it's probably not due to any religious reason.
So I think the vibe I get from Colton in general, he's locked up, stuff's going on. I think it has to do with more stuff than he's like that he maybe doesn't even know about.
Like he's gay?
I don't know. Maybe that, or maybe he just, there's tons of reasons why people aren't in touch with themselves, and I feel like it goes deeper than him just waiting. Like maybe he has a hard time opening up. I think it could be that. It could be tons of stuff. I don't think it's just because he's been waiting though, and sports got in the way. I'm sorry.
No,
I don't buy
it. I think it is for religious reasons, and they just told him not to say that because they never did. Think Ashley same thing. She never mentioned religion at all, but yeah, right.
I don't know. I don't think it is religion.
I don't think it was
She's
for
not
her.
religious.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. But I think it was.
No, she's not a religious person. I don't think so. I think there's people who are virgins, and it's not because of religion.
I don't know.
I think you're right. Yeah,
I know some.
Of course.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We're going to talk about that after this. I'm going to find out who these virgins are.
I probably won't tell you.
Who are these virgins? You're hanging with virgins? What's going on?
Yeah.
I didn't even know you were hanging out with virgins.
Every single day. Andy's a virgin.
Me.
Whoa.
Not true. Not true at all. But also this. So then Colton goes on Twitter and writes this huge thing about be you.
That was
afraid
dumb.
to be yourself.
I didn't see it.
It's just the lame. Be who you are. Be.
You're
different.
not a martyr. You're just you withhold sex.
You chose to not have sex. It's not like something you were born with and saddled with your whole life that that you have no chance.
Yeah.
You chose
You're a
to do
privileged,
this.
gorgeous man.
You chose to do this, and who cares that you even did it? I guess. I mean, people are, giving him a hard time or whatever, and we're kind of giving him a hard time right now. But I'm more giving him a hard time not for his choice, but for this how he's acting afterwards.
Oh, I'm not giving him a hard time for being a virgin.
No,
more power
of course
to
not.
you.
Exactly.
I
Who
just
cares?
don't care.
Be a virgin.
Yeah.
Who gives a
shit? You can choose your way, but it's also editing and stuff. But for this white privileged man to say, "Be you, be yourself," he's like this super hot guy. He's probably never been made fun of his whole life.
Yeah.
None of the people on his sports teams knew he was a virgin. He's been fine. Who cares?
I love how he was saying it came up in the locker room and I had to dodge it.
And make up
hey,
stories.
Colton, man, you fucked this weekend or what? Yes, I swear I did sex 3 times. I did down sex with her. What? Yo, Colton, say what?
Colton, what's down sex? Oh, you know.
When you sit down and they sit down and all the parts go in the mouths.
And the sex happens with that.
Yeah. We had nudity together. We totally had nudity.
I saw her breasts and vagina.
Oh, and let me tell you, the breasts were very good.
I touched them. They felt like breasts.
They did feel like normal breasts.
And the vagina was above average.
And above the rest of the legs.
Right in the spot where you would think it would go.
It was. I saw it.
I did see it, and I definitely know what one looks like.
Why lie? Why not just be like, no, not this weekend?
Yeah, I know.
Because that wouldn't be a lie.
Nah, I didn't get it in this weekend,
Yeah.
guys. Man, you never get it in. What's going on
We
with
have
you,
a
man?
friend, we won't name them, never closes the deal. And
Oh, I want to hear all these people. Sarah, you gotta tell me.
you know that person. He's your friend.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Ooh, all these secrets. I know Maggie's going to be asking us about all of them.
No fair.
Sarah, you mentioned the editing briefly there, and I had a huge problem with the editing, especially in this date, because first of all, they made it they tried to make it look like the sexiest date of all time that would lead to inevitable banging. Becca was just Becca was ready to just jump his bones. Action comes aboard and starts talking about sex and Bohemian Viagra and she calls him a bronze god, and they're all rubbing up against each other, leading up to the virgin thing. So it was all right, come on, you could edit that at any date, whatever. And then the whole thing when he tells her, and she does the new move in this show, which is apparently to leave, which somehow without telling the person why they're leaving, and then coming back and being like, it's okay, or you know what I mean? Well, what is that? That started on Ari's season, right?
I almost feel like now they have this contract where it's like 3 episodes out of the 10 or whatever, you don't have a rose ceremony. And 1 episode you have to walk away because something's too much. 1 episode you have to really screw up and do something really bad and cry for a while about it. Like, just, they gotta have those drama hits, because now it really is just written. These things happen every season.
It's been planned. Obviously, it's been planned out. The producers, the segments, everything gets planned out. But what we're seeing now is just, like, repetition, season after season after season, and especially since we've been, like, essentially documenting these seasons.
Yeah.
We're really seeing these patterns come out to the point where we can call the episode that the thing will happen on.
Yeah.
And it's just a look. What is it, like, behind the curtain? Essentially, it's like, oh, we're seeing, like, the inner workings. We're seeing the gears move,
and it switched.
And it's like, and that's just not as pleasing, right?
It changed for me last year with Paradise, when all that stuff happened, and we found out how they put people together, which. I understand there's editing and there's producers, but I didn't think they did that. I didn't think they were like, you're going to go hang out with Jason tonight.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah,
Tia, you and Jason are the ones we want to get together for the season. Try and make that happen, okay?
Yeah,
or
it
like,
sucks.
hey, you guys are going to fight, or choose those 2 girls for us. And it looks like they actually did that stuff, and that's icky, and it's much more produced than even I thought it was.
Yeah, big time. And I mean, as per usual on this show, the drama is teased and it rarely delivers. Becca gets back. She's like, I'm okay with you being a virgin or whatever. And then they kissed a bunch. So that was that. Garrett's fine. Or not Garrett. Colton. Colton is fine with Becca.
Colton's fine.
But then it was time for Garrett. Let's talk about Garrett. Garrett, whose ex-wife looks exactly like Becca, and Becca's ex-boyfriend looks exactly like Garrett, leading one to believe that Garrett might just be the one she picks in the end.
Yeah,
He looks so, I said that to Andy while we were watching. I'm like, and I've always thought it. He looks so much like her ex.
Yeah.
The exact same
ridiculous
man almost.
Yeah, the picture. There was
I didn't see the picture of.
Yeah, there's a picture on the Bachelor. Yeah, sure. There was a
picture
on the Bachelorette subreddit.
Pretty uncanny.
Yeah.
It's
but
to the point where if you look at it, you can barely tell. Yeah.
She had control over who she was picking out of the 26, but.
Yeah, good point. It was a sexy date.
The first time I saw him be super sexy.
Yeah, he kind of brought out his personality that we saw more in the early episodes, where he was actually at least trying to be a little funny.
Yeah.
She keeps saying he's funny, and then they never show it. He was a little more loose this time, which was good. They obviously get along fine. They went on a seaplane. And then they talked about his ex-wife for a little bit, right? And asked, like, well, what made you commit, even though you saw those red flags? There it is.
Yeah, sorry.
And then he was just like, well, I wanted to have a family.
Yeah.
And I kind of got distracted by that. And it turns out the ex-wife was a bit of a psycho.
Yeah, but I tweeted about it, and it really pissed me off, that conversation, because I'm like, you had a divorce. You must have done at least one thing wrong.
Yeah.
To blame it, that's a red flag for me big time. When somebody puts everything on a person who's not in the room. That's such an easy way to not talk about anything you've done wrong.
Yeah.
I did not like that. I'm like, this.
I don't like it. Yeah, he's no angel, I'm sure.
Yeah, no. Well, we know he isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely questionable, right?
Yeah.
Big time.
And I forget what I was going to say. I was going to say something else.
Something about Garrett, something about Family Man.
His Instagram, he has 130,000 followers. People are back on Garrett. Everybody, all the men in the house are like super supporting him online. Wills is, Colton is, everybody is. So, oh wow, she really does look like similar vibe. Not that much. I'd have to see her more than that picture.
Similar enough, though.
Similar enough. Same type. Yeah. Same type for sure. Are you going to put her up on the YouTube, Andy?
Yeah, if you're watching YouTube, I'll get it up in a couple seconds.
But
Garrett dropped the "I'm beginning to fall in love with you."
Yeah.
Which, who dropped the "I'm falling in love with you"? Was that Wills?
I think it
a couple
was
people
Wills,
did.
Yeah.
They're all right on schedule. I mean, expect one of them to say "I love you" during hometowns. That's usually what happens. Usually good for one to two, maybe in hometowns. So we'll see.
Colton does it.
Yeah, if you're watching YouTube, you can check it out now. You can see the picture of how much Becca looks like Garrett's ex-wife and how much Garrett looks like Becca's ex. It's
brutal.
quite stunning. It's quite
Especially the Garrett and the ex. They look like twins.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
They're the
definitely.
most look-alikey, if I was to pick one. So during these days, Blake was going insane. He could not handle the fact that he didn't have have a date ahead of those other two fucking guys. But they got a date card.
Yeah,
Everything was
flipping
fine.
out, and now okay, we're good.
I looked at his Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Doesn't have a lot of pictures. Seems immature. Seems very young. Not in a necessarily a
Interesting.
bad way. Not like he's a shit. But more like he just seems really inexperienced. There's no experiences on it. There's no experiences on his Instagram. But there isn't. Like it's just all of him at weddings of other people.
Oh.
And then there's not many pictures and he looks so young. I think he's not going to win. He's just not there yet. That's the
No.
vibe I get.
Yeah,
There's no way he's winning. He looks like a Dick Tracy villain.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
he certainly does. He does look
Man,
like
blockhead.
flat top,
Yeah.
the Dick Tracy villain.
What was
I'm
the
gonna
guy
admit-
tweet?
Oh, sorry.
What
What'd
was
you
the
say,
thing
Sue?
that the guy tweeted? And who would you kiss? And then we said that was Blake.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I can't remember already.
Shit. It was something head.
It was something head, like square head or something.
It was like Stack Head or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Cat Stacks and I don't know.
I don't
Shit,
know.
it was good.
I can't remember.
Shout out that person,
I'll
even
check
though
it.
they're not listening.
Yeah.
I will fully admit that as soon as the Ballhead Men started performing, we fast forwarded it. And that
Glenn.
performance was long.
You cannot
Yes, I
fast
can.
forward the episodes anymore.
There's no confessionals during that.
It doesn't matter.
was-
Now you cannot comment on the Baja Man.
Okay, I'll leave it at that. But the only comment I will offer is even fast forwarding it felt long. And I swear it was like, whoa, this is still going. So
You
anyway,
missed the part
Andy
where
and
the-
Sarah, take it away. The Baja Man.
I loved it. Loved
They
every minute of
performed a
it. I'm
new
so glad
song.
I watched it. But there were two men dancing with a dog, which I liked that part.
Yeah, it was. It's just the beginning of the date. Basically, they were talking over it and stuff.
The one thing I noticed though is there wasn't a huge crowd for the Baja
Not a big, huge
Men.
man for the Baja Men.
I was like,
Yeah, and when they got there, they're like, whoa, look at that big crowd. Or something. Like, that's a big beach party. It was not big.
I feel
No.
like in the Bahamas, you've got like the Baja Man is like they do they have like a residency
yeah,
at like maybe like one of the resorts
For
or
sure.
something, and it's like, hey, this is the Baja Man, they're great. But like they also do little clubs all over the island, so like, you go to the Bahamas, you're gonna see the Baja Man.
Yeah,
Like, they're
yeah.
just there,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
they're
they're
good. Hey, guess what? They're great. They're
yeah,
great
that
act.
one looked really fun.
They're killer. But
They're at Senior Frogs on Friday.
yeah,
They're at
exactly, yeah.
Coco Bongo on Saturday.
They're at Sandals on
Yeah.
Monday and Tuesday
At
afternoon.
Grand Principe Baja
yeah,
5-star on Tuesdays, Wednesdays. So yeah, they're
so you know
around.
what? Guess what? You're gonna see the Baja Man.
They're there. But I thought the best part of the episode was Blake talking about his parents' divorce, which was a dramatic. Now, was he lying, much in the same way that Raven is? Maybe, because it was pretty dramatic.
I believed it though. I did not believe Raven's story of hitting a woman or a man
Hitting
with
the
the
man
back
with
of
the-
her,
with the
breaking
shoe.
down the door, and
Breaking
slamming the
down
heel
the
of her
door.
shoe into someone's face. That would kill someone.
Yeah, and if it was one of Gary's shoes, it would have fallen apart in the air
Yeah.
before it hit
Why
her
didn't-
face. So
If she was gonna really do some harm, throw some slats in a bag, head over there,
Yeah.
slat that guy.
Slap
that's
that
how
guy.
Gary takes care of business if he's got to take someone out. Fill my bag with slats.
Fill my bag.
Fill
with
my
slats.
bag.
Anybody need firewood? We got slats for that.
Whether he's gonna beat someone up or just start a fire.
Yeah. Gary
Slats are
always
the
takes home a sack of slats every day, and you can't tell. Gary will not. He's got a poker face.
Yeah.
Is it for a nice family fire, or is it to whack someone over the head with?
You
I don't
could
know.
do tons of stuff with slats. I bet he just takes home a bag of slats and uses it for whatever he needs it for, and I bet it gets
And I'll
used.
tell you what, I pay for these slats. I can take these slats whenever I want.
I can take these slats. I can make a baby crib out of these slats. These slats could do anything.
I can do anything I want.
Kids, dinner's ready. We're having slats.
We're having slats.
Boiled slats.
I made you a dress sherry out of these slats.
Out of these slats.
Well, we've met Gary's wife. It's Sherry.
Sherry. She has a store also.
Yeah, no
Sherry's-
slats.
Sherry's Tubes.
Sherry's Tubes is a tube store. No slats. Tired of your slats, Gary.
There you go. There you have it.
There he is. That's it. That's it right there. So the drama of Blake Singh was her mom was cheating on her dad with his basketball coach.
Oh, right. Yes.
And everybody knew about it. And then his mom moved in with the basketball coach, and he only found out through friends from school who had already known. So that's brutal.
Yeah, that is. I feel bad for him.
Yeah, it's rough. Certainly.
I was like, I don't know what to say except that if it is true,
Small
I feel
town. Well,
super
we're gonna
bad
see
for
because Blake and his square-headed family will be featured on the next episode.
Do they all have square heads?
Well,
yeah,
honestly,
I noticed
it did look like that.
Yeah, it actually
really
did.
truly did.
His sister and him are very close, and I was like, oh, is that his only friend, his sister, from his Instagram? But now I realize they would have had to have become very close if that was happening around them.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
When I heard the story, I was like, that's why he's so close to his sister.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Okay, that checks out. Then.
Good point. Valid point.
Less of a lie. Probably
Less
not
of
a
a
lie.
lie,
Probably
yeah.
real.
Probably real. Yeah.
It's really fun to look at their histories on Instagram, like not just the recent pictures, like go back farther.
Before they were famous.
Yeah. See how brutal they look.
Yeah.
Wow. Ouch.
I think you can see when people are trying to get on The Bachelor, Bachelorette.
Really?
Especially with women, because we can do so much more. We put on makeup, we get hair, we get everything. And you can see when somebody's like, oh, I might have a chance to be on the show. Oh, another thing before I forget, I watched this video on YouTube. It was like 12 minutes of a woman explaining her journey of almost getting on The Bachelor. And they have a thing called Finals Weekend, where it's all, like, it's 100 people.
In the hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I read about that in the book.
Yeah, and it's 100 people, and none of them can see each other. They all get flown into LA, and you sit, all the producers, and this is almost a quote from her, that you see in all the pictures with everybody, they're all there. So, like, that guy that's in Guardians of the Galaxy, like, all the major producers are there on Finals Weekend talking to all the women.
Wow.
And then a quarter of them get chosen. And it was just like, and they all have their own producer. So it's actually a little more of an intimate experience than I expected for them.
Interesting.
Because the woman left her a message and she played it and she was really sorry. And she's like, I'm sorry we didn't pick you. You're really great. It was like a chemistry thing. They just didn't go that way.
Yeah, it just didn't go that way. And come beyond the proposal.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet. She's engaged, this woman. But it was very fascinating. I suggest look for it. I think it's like my Bachelor audition journey or something like that.
Speaking of the proposal, you know how they have the bikini contest?
Yeah.
Like, they don't blur anything out in that. Not that they're wearing, like, scant bikinis. But, like, the fact that what is this, ABC shows The Bachelor? ABC. That they still blur out, like, Becca's butt cleavage when she's wearing a bathing suit. Not blur it out, but add fake. It's ridiculous. Like, and I know this has been said a million times before, but it's like, well, they can show murder, rape, and whatever else they want on network TV, but you can't show like a bit of a butt cheek.
And you're saying in the proposal they still show it?
I think so. I mean, I only watched that one episode, and I don't even remember if they did show it. But
time of like 8 o'clock versus 10 o'clock.
It could be.
Yeah, that does make a difference.
That happens in Canada after 9. You can say a lot more.
That very much does make a difference.
I'm pretty sure you're allowed to show a bit of a butt cheek. Like, I don't think that's not allowed. I think they do it because they want to somehow remain as like a family show.
But the proposal is by the same people.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
Well, we've talked about it. I think mostly the black bar over the person's bathing suit is a running gag at this point now.
Yeah, but they try to disguise it. If you look closely at their butts.
Really?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that
They're
either.
tricking me again.
You gotta look at their butts. Yeah, I mean, it's well done. I mean,
they're trying
that's
to
what they're
hide
looking to
that Becca's butt was showing, and not in a funny way. That's
no, in a very subtle way. So look out for that. So anyway, that's butt talk.
If maybe because they're like running and stuff.
No, not every time though. Trust me, I'm looking at her butt a lot. So
okay, I will. I'll look at it next time because there will be more bathing suits.
Yeah.
I'll look at her butt.
In a hometown? I don't know. Garrett lives in California. It's possible.
I'm staring at her butt all through hometowns.
All right. There we go.
We'll see if it happens.
The fantasy suite thing, there's definitely going to come back. Yeah. The little butt will come back. So, all 3 of those dudes got roses. So, we knew 2 dudes, as was prophesized, Jason, Wills, or Leo, was going to get the hook. Poor Leo. Well, not really poor Leo. They really left amicably. They really realized that they weren't on the same page. And we said goodbye to stuntman Leo.
Oh,
Yeah, this was a disappointing yet like definitely we saw it coming.
yeah.
Thing. I like that Leo was self-aware about it too, right? Like, oops.
Yeah, he wasn't ready to get married to someone he barely knew.
Yeah, no, he knew, and whatever. So it felt like the right thing.
Yeah, I felt it, and I liked it. I liked how it went down. They were both like, this isn't... I like when it's not, like, a complete shock to the person.
Yeah.
When they're for sure the least connected.
Mm-hmm.
I that was some, as Corinne would love, I guess, and Taylor, some emotional intelligence.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was emotional intelligence.
That he displayed there. He's like, I'm not getting caught up in this, and you're really nice, but... Or not, this isn't happening.
Mm-hmm.
And then she pretended to walk sad on the beach when she for sure wasn't.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, she was fine.
then still had a date with 2 men.
And unfortunately, then we had to say goodbye to Wills.
Yeah.
Heart-wrenching.
Can you imagine if Wills becomes the next Bachelor? That'd be awesome.
I'd be so happy.
I'd be into that big time.
He's so
Me too.
genuine and sexy and a bunch of stuff. And
Unfortunately, they did then immediately announce that Wills is on Bachelor in Paradise.
doesn't mean he won't be the Bachelor.
No, I know it doesn't.
It
but
doesn't help, though.
It really
No.
doesn't help. And I mean, we all know they generally pick people who go a little farther.
I have a prediction for
but-
Paradise.
I was gonna say, a lot of people are saying that, is it possible that Ben Higgins comes back?
Oh,
I just want to go to sleep then.
America
I'm going to sleep.
loves Ben H, although they probably love him a bit less now.
if
but-
you know what, I feel like if Ben H became Bachelor again, I don't think I'd watch that season.
When Ben H
So
walked...
you're not gonna do the podcast?
I'll do the podcast, but I'm not gonna watch it. You guys, the whole podcast will be you guys telling me about it and me being like, "What? No."
I feel like that's not fair.
Oh, it's fair.
When we were at that Winter Games tell-all anniversary show or whatever, people went nuts for Ben Higgins. Like, the biggest reaction by far, by a ton. And even when he was walking around, like, we would pass by them when we all had to pee, because that's when the breaks were. And everyone's like, there he is, there he is. Like, people were hyped up. It would be like us meeting Ross Rebliati after he met the...
Ross Rebigliati.
Rebliati.
The disgraced snowboarder.
But before he was disgraced, remember when he won that? He won the first
What
gold medal in snowboarding.
I love the that's the level. You've nailed it. The level of fame.
Was not expecting that.
No, it was not at all. It's a
That was
it's a
probably
real
if you
deep
gave me
pull.
20 names.
Yeah.
And Ross Rebigliati was on there, and there was some like mid-level celebrities, no one that big. Rebigliati would have been in my bottom 5.
Oh yeah,
I know, you guys don't know
100
this.
deep. I get 100 names deep before I even think about Ross Rebigliati.
I've never...
But here's the thing: Ross Rebigliati was on the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
What
It's
was
the same kind of
international news?
And
he
we
was
went
big.
nuts. We were really proud because he won the first snowboard medal ever. And it was a gold. And
Yeah.
I had a
He's the
poster
first
of
one
him
down
on
the
my
mountain.
wall.
You did?
Yes.
Wow.
I just remembered that. That is nuts. He had those roots. It was a roots poster.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I bet you had one of those hats, Sarah.
I did, 100%. My family bought those hats
Oh, yeah.
hardcore.
Oh my god.
We all had those floppadoos. Those page boy.
We had to wear
Felt
those
Canadian.
when we first started working at Dominion, a grocery store. We also had to wear those. Remember?
It was so lame. And this was
Our-
years after the whole
Yeah,
that whole
years.
thing happened. They
And
were
we-
not cool anymore.
Our uniform was a white shirt, black pants, black shoes. We're working at a grocery store.
Yeah.
A clip-on tie with fruit on it, a green apron, and one of those hats.
Okay, we have to explain
That's
the hats.
ridiculous.
You could
We
also
have to explain the hats for our American
remember you could
listeners.
also get a black vest
Yeah.
to wear at Dominion as well. The
I don't
courtesy
remember
clerks
that.
didn't wear it, but some of the produce people and the grocery people could get a black vest.
So what does this hat look like? It's a red
it's basically just a
page boy
Kangol hat. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
essentially the same look as that.
Yeah, and it's red like felt, like fuzzy felt with the Canadian flag
Yeah,
on the back.
with the roots symbol. on
Yeah,
there
and the root
somewhere.
symbol. And that's when everybody was obsessed with what Canada was wearing. And that was the year Ross won, and I was obsessed with him. And I remember just as Canada, we were like, yeah, that's right. And then the whole weed thing happened, where they found weed in his system and tried to take his medal away. Or did they?
They did, and then they
They
gave
did.
it back
And they
eventually.
gave it back. Because he had smoked weed like a long, long time before. Oh, those hats.
And it turns out he was on like there was some in-depth like on one of our sports channels. They did a thing on him now, and he's like, he pretty much was like, yeah, I was always way into weed. Like back then, he was like, oh, it was Second Sand Smoke, which I think it might have been, but he partied, and now he owns a weed company. So
That's
there
right.
we go.
That's right. He really took it.
It's called Ross's Gold.
Yeah, if you're watching YouTube, you can see exactly what we're talking about. There's Ross with his hat on.
Very Canadian deep
looking
reference.
Great. Yeah.
I hope it was okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was a deep reference, but I think people are.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
Well,
So
I guess I wanted to pick the Canadian equivalent of somebody that we were all really pumped about.
Yeah.
That the Americans, but that the Americans
Still
wouldn't
deep.
be
Still
because
deep.
like
Even for Canada, that's a deep cut.
yeah, but
yeah,
we
like
were
I would
like
have went with
that.
I would have went with like, oh, we saw like Rick the Temp when we used to go buy Much Music, like something like that.
Yeah.
But
Anyways,
hey, I love it. I love the reference.
hey, we're loving the reference very much.
Sharp.
Rick the Temp's not the same because people wouldn't
Yeah, he
cheer
is.
for him, not the same way Ross.
I think they would.
Because it was because of, I don't know.
I think you were really into Ross.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna say that right now.
You can
had
admit
a
it.
poster of him.
I thought he was super hot.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's a good-looking guy for sure.
I was more of a Jean-Luc Broussard man.
Here he is. Anyways, yeah.
Okay.
Well, so next week we get Tia comes back into the mix somehow. It's hometowns, and there's something that she says makes her sick to her stomach, which is probably she admits that she still likes
Yes.
Colton, I guess,
Yes,
right?
that's what
It
she
can only
does.
be that.
Can only be that.
And we went back.
Tia, meddling again.
And we went back and watched the preview for the season last night. That was on the first episode. And she's crying, Becca, on the bed saying, he just did what Ari did to me. The exact same. So Colton must pick Tia.
Yes, and here's the thing. When I first watched that clip, I thought it was
her.
I thought she says,
Me too.
I just did exactly what Ari did to me.
Me too.
And I was like, oh, cool.
And then we
that's a
listened
neat
to it
twist.
3 times.
And she definitely says he.
He.
Yeah. Well, it's
without a doubt.
obviously Colton then.
So it's
yeah.
definitely Colton.
And I wonder if she's
here
just
we are.
embarrassed.
Yeah. Mhm.
Like, I would be embarrassed. Maybe that's all it is. Maybe she wasn't even that into him.
Well, I mean, I think she's into him enough, like, that it would make her feel bad.
She
Yeah.
obviously likes Garrett better, though.
But she
like,
definitely
you
does,
can just
yeah.
see it in the dates. Like, Colton and her don't have much chemistry beyond her, like, kind of wanting to bang him a lot.
Yeah.
And even that, I felt, was a little put on.
Yeah.
Yep, agreed.
Like, they're kissing. It was closed-mouth kissing the whole time. Did you see that? Like,
yeah, it's like...
Yeah, it's the Bachelor peck.
Oh, I felt it. I think she was really into him, but she thought he had a lot of experience and that he would, like, really go for it in the bedroom. And I think that's why she had to leave, because she was like, oh, I thought totally different. And that's why she had to check in. That was my view of it, but that might be wrong.
We'll see.
I have a prediction for hometowns. I think Jason goes forward and Blake stays home.
I could see that.
Because I think Blake's starting to show how insecure he is about the whole thing. And
Not a good time to do that.
yeah, and I think she had the least fun with him because they had to have that big convo about him having a rough time. And I don't know, Jason seems just to be having fun.
Yeah, and I think I said this at the beginning, Jason's on the rise. He's steadily rising, whereas Blake's sputtering. And you kind of need that late momentum. It's not unlike a team in the playoffs. Like, you got to kind of hit your stride at the right time, and Jason is hitting his stride. Yeah. And I think she wants to get to know him better, even though she already likes him a lot. I mean, if his family checks out, his nice Buffalo family, they're going to be just fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really interested to see how it goes.
Well, you know how we're going to find out how it goes? Tarot cards.
Yep, I'm getting them from under the cat.
Nice move.
She's been on. Oh, she won't even let me. She's taking my feet away.
Can you see her?
Classic black cat.
Jesus.
These are my cards. I own the future.
Now, the only ones that aren't in here are the Three of Cups because I currently have a little
shrine to the Three of Cups going on.
It's a creative card.
I don't know what that means, but go ahead. Yes.
You are very okay, Andy. I don't have my book here, but you'll just look up the card here on the web.
Sure.
Okay, I'll pick the guy so that it's totally random. So do I pick the guy first, or do you draw one and then I pick the guy?
No, pick the guy. I want to be I want to be shuffling for the guy.
First guy to draw the card.
Okay.
Is Garrett.
Garrett. Okay, I have one. Right, this one was the one I wanted for Garrett. Okay, we have the Seven of Wands. 7 of Wands. Now, we got to see what that means. Andy's going to read it out for you.
7 de bateau.
7 de bateau, 7 of Wands. Tarot card.
Okay.
It had it right there.
Yeah, I guess it's right here. So, the 7 of Wands is about holding your ground, despite ongoing challenges to your position and authority. You need to take a stand and defend your position at all costs. This will take courage and persistence, but you have the strength and determination to do it.
That's basically
Relevant.
the Bachelorette.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
All right.
That's what, and I think he is doing that. Like, I really do think he is. He's keeping his cool. He's holding his ground when everyone's trying to, like, poke him a bit.
They're trying to steal his girl, basically.
They're trying to steal his girl, and he is, who's not really doing that? Blake. Blake's not having a great time with holding his ground.
True.
He's having a rough time. Who are we next here, Glenn?
Okay.
The next soul I choose is Jason's.
Jason. Ooh. Justice.
Oh.
I'm keeping the cards out that have been chosen. This is how my mind has told me to do it.
Okay. Justice. The figure of justice. Okay, wait. This is just talking about the card. Okay.
Did it not pop up
No,
there?
it didn't pop up the same as the last one. Okay.
Sorry about this. I mean, I think we can kind of start understanding what
Okay.
meaning.
The justice card indicates that the fairest decision will be made. Justice is the sword that cuts through a situation and will not be swayed by outer beauty when deciding what is fair and just.
Whoa,
So-
that's interesting because he's
Yeah.
kind of on the chopping block in a way.
Yeah.
Balance
So
and equilibrium, cause and effect, fairness.
Fairness. So I feel like if she does have to cut him, maybe she'll have a very good reason, and maybe she'll really talk to him about it and it'll be okay. Maybe he'll understand it if he is going to, or he will be kept because it's the fair and right thing to do. Like, maybe she'll lead with her brain more than her heart. Because, beauty or heart gets wrapped up in that. Maybe your brain's like, no, he's the right choice.
To me, this is an indication that he's gone.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
interesting.
I feel like he's gone too.
Yeah.
I feel like he's gone, but it'll be okay. That's what I'm feeling with this
Cause
card.
and effect.
Like,
Balance.
he'll feel justice. He'll be like, yep, that makes sense,
Yeah.
is what I feel.
Yep.
Okay.
at the very least, that means when he does get eliminated down the line, he'll be okay with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So all is just. Okay. The next soul I select is Blake's.
Blake's.
Ooh.
Andy, pick one of the cards
Ooh,
here.
I get to pick?
Yeah, you get to pick one.
Blake.
Blake.
Crazy square head.
Oh, crazy scarehead. What did you pick?
Ooh,
Oh my God, it's
Four
the 6 of heads.
Of Swords. I should have been
Four of
showing them the whole
Swords.
time, but I have not. It's a very unique deck that Andy bought me.
It's based on the art from the James Bond film Live and Let Die.
And I'm very connected to it. I even had other decks.
Look, this
maybe.
one. Look, this now that I searched for this. This has even less information on
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
In the meantime, I'll read the lyrics
That's
to
for this
Metallica's
specific deck.
Injustice for All.
Okay.
Biddy Tarot.
Halls of painted green, money talking, power wolves beset your door. Hear them stalking. Soon you'll please their appetite. They devour. Hammer of justice crushes you. Overpower. The ultimate in vanity, exploiting their supremacy. I can't believe the things you say. I can't believe the price you pay. Nothing can save you. Justice is lost. Justice is raped. Justice is gone. Pulling your strings. Justice is done. Seeking no truth. Winning is all. Find it so grim, so true, so real. All right.
Okay.
Great. Okay. So here's what the Four of Swords looks like for Blake. It's a bit of a
So we
bigger.
want the future.
Yeah. Well, in the present and the future. Okay. Let's take a look at that. Currently at repose. This could be an indication that you're escaping life or certain responsibilities, or simply that you are on a well-deserved vacation, or are listening to your body and slowing down to avoid stress. When this as far as the future goes, looking at a peaceful time, you may get domesticated in a hurry.
Oh.
What?
You may have children about to leave the nest. Okay, that's not it. One business executive who got his card in this position soon had 2 new administrative assistants hired and found his workload was easier and even blah blah blah
That's
blah.
stupid.
So
Okay.
it looks like what we just said there.
Domesticated in a hurry
Yeah.
can mean 2 things. I think he wins or he's the Bachelor. That's what I think.
Whoa,
happens
I
here.
was going to say he loses soon and he finds a girlfriend real fast.
That could also, Glenn, that is a very good takeaway because that happens with everyone on The Bachelor.
There we go.
True, yeah.
And Bachelorette. Or if it's just for the series, which is the kind of the length I'm going on here, the bent I'm going on, I think he either wins or, which I don't think is going to happen, so I think he's the next Bachelor.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The indication that this is escaping life or certain responsibilities.
Yep.
Escaping life. What's more escaping life than leaving your job and going to be on the Bachelorette for 2 months or whatever it is? So yeah.
And he seems like he doesn't have a lot going on, so he wants to escape it. Now he does, Like, wow. Okay. Who's left? Jason?
Oh, the final soul is Colton.
Colton.
For some reason, Skeletor is calling him out.
Wheel of Fortune. Wow, that's
Wheel
a
of
big
Fortune,
card.
Beast Brain.
That is a good card. I mean, just Wheel of Fortune. I think we can all
it's just
feel.
a great show.
It's just a great show. Maybe he'll just be on that. If he's on the Wheel of Fortune after this, we all have to quit our jobs and become psychics.
Well, I mean, here it is. Commonly, the Wheel of Fortune means that you're introducing an element of change in the person's life. Such change being in station, position, or fortune, such as the rich becoming poor or the poor becoming rich. Well, I mean, it could be. Well, Sarah, you go ahead.
I think for this specific, when it's talking about fortune, I think and change. This
station or position as well.
Yeah. Like, he has totally changed his life. If you look at his Instagram, as I always look at their Instagrams, he has the most followers out of all the guys. And so therefore, he is richer now, for sure, than he has ever been. He's probably making like 10 grand a month at this point, which is nuts for him, who he doesn't even work anymore. And I think he's probably going to find love in paradise.
Aren't him and Tia together?
Nobody knows. Apparently, Tia's like, not everything is as it seems. That's what she said.
Interesting.
Well, I think that definitely, as far as the show goes, where like Wheel of Fortune represents Colton's position where he was when this was being filmed. That's for sure.
Well, and I also think of how fortunate he is that 2 women are in love with him, and he gets to decide who
I'm
he
sure
wants.
I'm sure that's just standard for him. It's like
but maybe
like
not.
being an NFL player. I don't know.
But apparently he didn't take advantage of that. So this
No,
might be the
never
first
did.
time for him that he's
never
really
did.
felt. I mean, he's telling people he's a virgin.
Change in position, a virgin
maybe
to a
he's
non-virgin.
not virgin to a non-virgin. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune is an interesting card for him specifically. I would have taken it for him or Garrett at this point because I think he gets out fine Colton.
Why don't we see what Chris Harrison's tarot card is to close it out?
Yes, this is great. Will he find love? This is the question I'm asking the cards.
Will Chris Harrison find love?
Will Chris Harrison find love? I need a little bit of a cackle from Glenn's wizard. Okay, this one was poking out.
Yeah, that one looks like it's the one. Ooh, the 10 of Pentacles.
Ooh.
Also known as coins. The 10 of Pentacles, of course, same thing, very difficult to find.
I have a book, but I can't. It's somewhere in this messy house.
I'll read more lyrics from And Justice for All. Apathy, their stepping stone, so unfeeling, hidden deep animosity, so deceiving. Through your eyes, their light burns, hoping to find Inquisition sinking you with prying minds. Pretty cool.
It's honestly hard to look it up while you're reading those lyrics, but keep doing it.
Written by a young and immature James Hetfield.
Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, here we go. Love.
Love.
This is specifically a meaning of love.
Right. So the 10 of Pentacles is a very happy indicator with regard to love. If you're currently committed, this can mean so he's not currently committed, right?
Yep. No, he's not currently
For a
committed.
time, you're likely to have a peaceful, happy period in your love life. Enjoy it and make sure your beloved knows how much they mean to you. If you're not in a relationship, this card can mean that a new love may come into your life so fast it makes your head spin.
Whoa.
Chris Harrison, if you're listening to this, be open, it says.
Be open.
Be open.
Be open.
That's the best thing you can do.
His love should be out of nowhere and spin around his head because that's what happens to everyone on The Bachelor and Bachelorette. It's this super fast love.
Now, if he is in a relationship and he's just very good at keeping it secret for some reason, it could mean an engagement, a marriage, even a birth.
There are people thinking him and Kendall were together for a bit.
Really?
But I mean, she's so much younger than him.
Yeah, and he can't be going around dating all these contestants. Like, I just don't think ABC would really look on
He's
that
such a tiny
favorably.
man. He's so small.
Like I think like
Oh yeah.
He talked to us at that show.
The rumor that him and Andy were dating, I was like, oh, I could see that happening. Like she's away from the franchise at this point, and like I think that could work out fine. But I don't think they would be that cool with him just dating contestants as soon as they're off the show.
No.
Like
I bet he has, but privately.
Maybe.
How do you meet that many women and not date any of them?
Yeah. Anyways, well, that was great fun.
That's it. Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah, that was an interesting, and maybe we'll do it when there's a final 2. That'll be the last.
And as far as the people we have left in the show in our pool go, I believe Sarah has all 3 of hers, excluding Will's. I have Colton and Blake, and Glenn, you only have Colton.
Yeah, so we're screwed.
So Glenn, you're definitely screwed. I'm pretty screwed, and Sarah's gonna win this.
Basically.
Because Garrett's going to win.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Well, there you go.
That's it. That's it for the Bachelor Pod. Another season down the drain. Okay.
No, we're going to do more.
How many weeks are left? So we've got hometowns, 3? And there's 3, I think, because Paradise starts August 7th. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all right. Well, guys, thanks for listening.
Don't forget to hashtag who would you honk.
Don't forget about hashtag who would you honk. Whatever, but you also have to explain what honk means to you.
So it might be a 2-tweeter.
Could be a 2-tweeter. If you can fit it into the 1, that's great too. And don't forget to go to iTunes and give us a rating. If you like the show, give us 5 stars. Why not?
Or just give us no stars. Give us a 0.
No,
if you don't like it.
Don't do that. That's bad. Don't do that. That's really bad.
Give us a 1, whatever.
Don't. No, it has to be 5. Okay. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for listening. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye. If you want to contact us, you can reach out to us on social media. We're at The Bachelor Pod on Twitter, and individually, we're at Andy Hulbone,
at Glenn McCauley,
at Olivia McCauley,
at the Sarah Hillier. That's @ THESARAHHILIER.
If you want to support the show directly, you can go to patreon.com/thebachelorpod and donate there. Otherwise, we're thebachelorpod@gmail.com for an email, and thebachelorpod.ca. That's our website.